Hey guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu, and we're at Three Rivers Martial Arts, and we've been training today and doing some filming, and I'm honored to have Jason Hawkins, Professor Jason Hawkins here with me, who's my teacher for like 100 years. So we're gonna do a video today on fundamentals of daily Riva guard. Now, if you're not familiar with daily Riva guard, it's obviously pioneered by a man named Ricardo de la Riva, and it's a kind of a unique guard that has become very popular in the last 20 years, let's say, but I mean it's probably been played 100 years or so, but it's he really popularized it for competition, so it's a little sportier of a guard. Not to say it doesn't have cross-platform applicability, but it's a little bit more of a sportive context. So we want to look at kind of where it occurs, why it's useful, some helpful things out of it, and kind of how to approach this. So starting from just basic, it's usually something that's done more from standing versus a grounded opponent or a grounded partner.
So he pushes this leg out of the way here, and then that's when it might be a good time for me to go and set up for my shallow daily Riva hook here. Now, this makes a pulling kind of motion, so this one here is gonna push away on his other thigh, like that. Now, on this side over here, I can be cupping his ankle like this here, this is a way to play, or actually grabbing the material here too. So different people have different preferences on that. Once I get my shallow hook established here like this, the next thing I want to be thinking about doing is pushing out with this leg and sitting up to get a little better grip. Initially, you can go to the sleeve here like this. I like to do this a lot of the time until I can get my higher grip. But once I push this out and I sit up here like a jackknife, then I want to try to get in the collar if I can. This makes a really strong grip because now on his ankle and on his collar, I can really off balance him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pull over to this side, pulling his hands to the floor. Now, one of two things may happen. Maybe I had my elbow down and his arm goes over, or it goes under. Depending on what happens here, when he puts that hand down, will determine kind of my next course of action. Typically, what I would say is if the arm goes under my arm in relation to it like this, and you see how I'm kind of lifting up here and I'm using my hook to pull up, so I'm off balancing him and putting all his weight distributed this way over here. Now, because he's kind of stuck on his hands, I'm gonna go here and step in his hip now, and I'm gonna use that to shoot this leg over and across inside here. So I get my hips way up in his armpit, and I bite back to center him this way. So now that puts me in a good position to go into my triangle like this right here, and I also maybe have an arm bar set up there as well. So again, this is a triangle setup, and that's one of the first things that I like if I can get the guy off balance this way to go for. So again, I've established my shallow hook here. Maybe I go sleeve first and break that grip to hold and control, or maybe I go straight here, sit up, and then grab a hold of this. And so again, if I pull him and he puts his hand down under my arm, then that's the triangle territory. If this arm here goes over my arm when I pull him like this, then maybe the triangle is still there, but I also have another opportunity here where I can step like this here, and I'm gonna reach up this way, and I'm gonna go over him here. Now, this hand is gonna come off the ankle, and it's gonna scoop here by the wrist, and I can either finish belly down, or sometimes this pressure will make him actually do a rollout, where we'll go here and across, and we can come up into this position where I can finish with an arm bar like that. Sometimes though, here, if I'm having a little bit more trouble whenever we get there, because he's playing a little more vertical of a posture, and I'm gonna have trouble like off balancing this way, that's what I would say to go for the deep hook. So we established this as a shallow, so I'm gonna put my foot on the ground, I'm gonna reach this one across here, way deep like that. Now when I come down, it's gonna off balance his hips. If he resists me, he'll fall. But if he doesn't wanna resist, he'll kind of yield and back step a little bit here like this, exposing his back. Whenever that happens, I'm gonna go here around the arm like this here, and then get my foot here hooked in the back of the knee. This hand free now is gonna reach up to grab belt or pant. Pant's better usually because the belt may be undone by now. I'm gonna let go of this other ankle and reach to the far side ankle. Scoop and square myself up, and I'm gonna pull him down, and just before his butt lands on me, I'm gonna kick my feet out this direction and go for the back take like this, fall to one side and finish. So this is like a little miniature back take here like this, and that works pretty well. Now, I know I said this is like a basics and a fundamentals, and it is if you think about the structure of how we're kind of manipulating his base and everything, and looking at different attack opportunities off of this and how to play. Having said that, I'm gonna do something that's a little more considered advanced, so how to apply like a Berimbolo. Because Berimbolo has become a really popular move. It's been popular for quite some time now, but a Berimbolo is basically, all it is just looking for a back take that works kind of like a granby roll off it. So off of this one here, what I want to like to do is I'm going to break this sleeve like this, and I can go, again, sleeve, collar, or belt, and sometimes it depends on preference, sometimes it depends on his energy. I'm going to shoot this leg across from my deep hook, and what I like to do for me, personally, is I like to do this kind of scissor lift like this. So whenever I go to sit up now, I'm going to grab a hold of that belt or the pant up here, and I'm going to pull him over my head so that he lands over this side shoulder this way. Once I make him land like this. I'm gonna continue rotating around. Now this looks a little complicated, but if you look at the movement I actually did by myself, it's a pretty simple move. I just roll slightly back. Now from here, I wanna remove my leg here, this way, to use that to continue the motion around. This one stays in because it'll become my bottom hook here. Now once we get to this position here, I want to keep climbing, so I'm going to reach up, I'm going to grab and pull him to me and me to him, so I can finish that back take off of it like that. Again, whenever you see kind of a complicated looking movement, or you think that's too convoluted, I don't understand how to do that, sometimes if you'll separate the parts and you look at what's the guy actually doing that I'm doing it to, and what's my body actually doing, it really simplifies the process. So in this case here, all I'm really doing is I'm rolling back this way, and then I'm rolling over my shoulder, and continue the motion until I take the back. So it's halfway like a roll, halfway like a grandy. Lots more that we can do from daily Riva, but that's a pretty good little intro for the fundamentals and understanding how it manipulates the structure. Remember, it's kind of an aggressive guard for competition, but that's why it's also really popular, because there's a lot of versatility to it. So anyway, I hope you like this. If you have any questions about it, then leave me a comment, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, guys. Thank you, I appreciate it.